Omni-Ista here. I wanted to do a post on your water intake, and I had already mentioned that you need to get in 3/4 to a gallon of water a day. It's really important for you to be able to get that in. It's the minimum of 3/4 of a gallon. It does seem like a lot, but what it does is it's flushing out everything out, and that's how you're able to lose the weight, is flushing out the fat and various other things that will cause you to lose the weight. So it's really important for you to get it in. And when you don't get enough water is when you'll start to see results that you won't be happy with. So it's best to try to make sure to do it. However, there is also something to be said about overdoing water as well. So you can literally be water drunk by drinking too much. So please don't drink too much. Just drink what they tell you to drink and keep it at that point. So let me give you some examples of what would help to get all that water in per day. My daughter is also doing the diet, but she asked me to get her a gallon jug of water at the store, and I got her just a gallon jug of drinking water. And she went and marked on it all of the water bottles that she would normally be drinking per day. Now, if it were me, I would just mark quarter, half, 3/4, and full gallon on it, and then I'd know where I was at. But she has her methods. I'm not going to question it. But that would be a good idea. That way you would know exactly what you're drinking. Especially if you're taking it to work with you, that would be the easiest. But always have your water with you, at least a bottle of water with you. Or if you have a drink cup with ice and water in it, that would be a great idea too. The other option about keeping track of your water, because it really is important to make sure you've gotten exactly what you need in, is to do the gallon jar like I mentioned before. You do 4 of these per day. So I have white lids that I put that are wide mouth lids that I put on top to keep in the refrigerator. But these little, if you do 4 of these, then you know you've gotten your water in for the day. And if you haven't gotten the whole gallon in, 3 of them will be minimum, but you should be going up to 4. Now these I found while I was up in Washington State at Red Meyer, but you could probably pick them up almost anywhere that carries any kind of canning supplies, because that's where I found them. I also found them here when I got back in California at Walmart as well. But they have a lid in a package there that you can get to put on the top, and it has a little sip hole in the top, and underneath it has a little screw cylinder that's perforated, and you can put cucumber or berries or lemon or whatever you want inside, and then you would screw it onto the lid and then just put it into the jar of water, and it infuses your water and doesn't get all loose in the water and get up into the pour spout. So that's kind of a neat little thing. I got 2 of them, so I figured, well, I can infuse one, and while I'm drinking that one, I can infuse another, and you know, I don't know that I would get 4 of them and get them all that way, but if it works for you, that would be a great idea. You could set them up the night before with all of the stuff you want to infuse in it. The next morning it'd be all ready to go. So you could purchase them on Amazon as well, and probably cheaper, and then that way you could get all 4, and you know, that would be an idea. So another idea that I have, I did mention using stevia, and stevia I use a couple drops in like iced tea, and iced tea is another option as well to get some fluids in. But I wouldn't drink a large amount of it, but if it's just plain iced tea, it would be fine. Although really the best thing for you is water. So if you do the iced tea, you can, I only need like 2 drops in a very large iced tea. So You don't need to do it too excessive, but I have to say that I'm finding out that if I have just a couple drops in an iced tea, I don't have an issue. But if I have quite a few drops in like a recipe or something like that for of stevia, I'm noticing that I'm having stall days. So I think I'm trying to be kind of careful about that and not overdo the stevia right now. But I'm doing all right, but I'm just starting to try to pay attention to all the, things that are messing with my losing a large amount at this rate. So um, another option is I wouldn't do this a lot, but if you're really getting sick of water, it's a really good idea. Is getting a soda stream. And a soda stream machine, they can run a little bit pricey. They're not real expensive, but I can tell you that they were quite the kitchen fad and hot Christmas item for the last couple of years. And unfortunately, people bought them thinking they were a great idea for people with kids and things like that. Or you bought them for yourself. And you found out that the syrups were kind of pricey, and especially the carbon dioxide or the CO2 was the cartridges were really expensive to keep buying and putting in the machine. However, I can tell you that I do use mine a lot, and I do use it for carbonating the water without adding any kind of additives to the water. And that way you can make your own soda and use a tiny bit of stevia instead of purchasing the stevia sodas. And actually I drink the stevia sodas, but like I said, I use them as dessert really because I am seeing that I have a problem. And I also, I believe that I have kidney stones, so I seem to get a flare up from that whenever I have them. So any kind of soda anyway. So I just kind of, I don't use them very often or have them very often. When I do, it's really rare. But when you do the soda stream, if you want to save money on your cartridges, take your cartridge when it's empty to the paintball store and have them refill it. And it'll be a lot cheaper. So that's one thought. You can also make your own sparkling lemonade that way with the stevia and some lemon juice. Or you can also make, if you wanted to use your fruit for the day, you can follow the recipe for the strawberry lemonade for the HCG strawberry lemonade. And you kind of mash up some of the strawberries and then you leave the other ones whole and you put it in and you make the lemonade with like normal and use the stevia. And that's, would be a nice little dessert for the night. Let's see. The stevia also comes in flavors, so there's another option there. These flavors I have, there is actually a whole bunch more, but this is the Sweet Leaf Stevia Sweetener Pack, and this is called the Soda Pack. That one comes with cola, grape, and root beer. And the little tiny bottles in them, they're really small. So, but they'll last a little while. It's just you only need a few drops for the flavor, and you could just put it in plain water, ice water, and it's fine. But with the soda stream, it would be like a little soda. So just be really cautious using too much of it because, like I said, you don't know whether you should monitor if you have any changes after using stevia because you never know. And this one is the water pack. So this one is meant to go in just ice water. And this is berry, lemon drop, and Valencia orange. And this one is for you to put in coffee or tea. So in your coffee in the morning or an iced coffee from the coffee place with no dairy, of course. And or in your iced tea maybe, or hot tea. This one has vanilla cream, English toffee, and chocolate. I'm actually thinking of getting the There's a lemon lime one, and then there's a coconut one. Now, I have made homemade Sonic ocean water before, and if you make, it's basically lemon lime soda with coconut syrup added to it. So uh, if you use a soda stream and you make a, I guess you could use lemon and lime juice, and then the stevia that is coconut flavored. That would work. Or you could do the lemon lime stevia and the coconut stevia with just the fizzy water, and that would probably work too. So there's one option. And then another option, if you don't want to get the soda stream, is, like I said, it is a little pricey, but because it was such a fad and people found out that the cartridges are so expensive, a lot of people don't want to keep them, and so they sell them on Craigslist a lot. They give them to the thrift store a lot. They also have them at garage sales a lot. We had an open house today, and they let in a whole lot of flies, and I'm not very happy about it. So that would be another option for you. Buy it a lot cheaper, and just like I said before with the scale, very possible that you have a friend or relative that maybe has one and isn't using it and would let you borrow it for a while and see if that works out for you. That would be the best thing to do. Then that way you'd know for sure if that's viable for you. And let's see, the other tip I have is if you drink, while you're drinking water, if you use a straw, you'll drink a lot more water. For whatever reason, it just causes you to drink more. So I guess that's my tips. Always keep your water with you. Don't ever be without it, because too much time passes and then suddenly you're at the end of the day and you have to drink a whole lot of water. So that would be my very last tip, is to make sure to get the majority of your water in early in the day, and then that way when you get to the end of the day, you don't have as much to drink, and then you're not up all night having to use the restroom. So I hope that covered enough, and this is entirely way too long. So I'll catch you another time, and I think the next one I'm going to do tomorrow is actually about my results after P2 round 1. And I'll show you my before and after pictures and a body shot. Thanks.